Yo, what is going on, guys? It is midnight, and today, oh boy, today this video it's killed me because I've done this the same day as the last video that was uploaded. But I'm gonna get all the footage done the same day as that gold video, because this video is a bit more, I guess you could say, it kind of skips the beginner guide. This is intermediate, probably level. But obviously beginners, you can learn from it, and I am going to try and make this as least bit confusing as possible, because I know this is going to confuse so many people, this video. If you can hear that in the background, it's because I just elbowed my table because I'm smart. Right, anyway, so in today's video I'm going to go through all the different types of damage bonuses that can be dealt, as well as the typing damage bonus, how to increase it. There's a lot of stuff. I don't know how long this video is going to be, and I am recording my PC screen. There are going to be some screenshots on the side from in-game to try and make this a little bit more easier for you to understand what I'm trying to explain. So to kick things off, right now on the screen you can see a site. Now this site, the link is in the description. I do not own this. I did not make any of this. The user, if I just click here, all the information is on here. This Discord is for Overlord. This one's for another Discord community that this creator is in, so go check those guys out. I think they're like pretty much like ours. I think they've got a lot more veteran players as well, so go check them out as well. So yeah, I'm going to keep, also you can donate to him, because I think he's done all of this on his own. I assume so, but he has given me permission to use this for this video, and I'll be honest with you, I've learned a lot by looking at all this information, so thank you to him. Go show some support to him as well. Right, now this site is in JP and in English, so most of you are going to be using English mode, and what it does is he's made it so that it's got every single character in global at least, but he is still working on some of the JP characters. It tells you what role they are, what type, what race, what rarity, and so on. So this goes 2-star all the way up to 5-star, so he hasn't skipped any corners. You can also do this for relics, but today what I'm going to be talking about is about to do with the units. So I'm going to start. We're going to start with Eins. Oh boy. Right, let's kick things off nice and easy. Now, one thing that everyone does know about this game is there are types. There's wisdom, there's power, there's speed, there's technical, and where's the last one? There's heart. Heart and wisdom deal extra damage to each other, right? Power to speed, speed to technical, technical to power. Now, it's pretty easy. I'm going to put a screenshot on the screen here. That's basically how it works. You can find this in your library on the main menu, and then go on achievements and select achievement rewards, and you can see that little icon on the right. Ignore the numbers on that screen. I'm going to come to that in just a second. But the way this works is, from what I can tell and from what this person has told me, is either 20% extra damage as well as reduced damage, or 25. On the JP version it started off with 20%, however it was updated on the JP. On global, however, we don't know if they've gone for the updated version or the outdated. I'm gonna go on a whim and say it's gonna be 25%, simply because we've got a lot more content than JP started off with, so I'm assuming they're kind of taking things from that and bringing it over. Furthermore, you can actually increase this percentage damage, and this isn't going to be an in-depth guide about this, but the achievements that you do in-game, they give you buffs in-game, right? On the screen here you can see that it has 0.5%. That means that element, I can't see which one it is on my screen, but the one that has got that, it means that it does 25 or 20% more damage plus that 0.5 damage if I use that type. Now that's getting complicated already. Basically think of it as this: the baseline damage bonus is 20% or 25, and if you do achievements, some of them will give you extra bonus towards that for a specific type. Cool, brilliant. That's out of the way. Now let's get into some more complex stuff. Now on this site it is very good. Ignore damage taken. We're going to get straight to that in just a second. Now on this site you have all of your character stat. This is max level. If you hover over it you can see at level 1 stat. And then these are from leveling up your skills. So that's the items of the scrolls and limit breaking them. At the end of it all you'll get all of these buffs. And affection level on specific characters, mainly the people that are in Nazarick will get that. Now undead, you're gonna, if you can hear clicking in the background, I am so sorry, but yeah, undead, that's the race. Magic, that's the basic attack. So this is the attack without skills. This is just the attack button attack. Okay, there is also physical, as you may or may not have gathered. Now, oh boy, right. So damage taken, every single character in the game, doesn't matter who, 2, 3, 4, 5 star, will have specific damage increase or damage decrease taken via elements. Not confusing at all right now. Cool. Now Ainz, for example, he takes 50% extra damage from flames and shining damage, and takes 50% less damage from dark. Now I know there's not PvP at the moment, but all of this stuff is going to be great to know for things like, a key example of this is Hamsuk, the event right now. He takes 50% extra damage from dark units, dark element. Now I'm even correcting myself right now. These elements are not based on this, okay? Your type, it's not based on that. These elements, not every character will deal an element damage. For example, Ainz does, okay? Now, I think I'm getting way too ahead right here. Right. Now, with these units, for example, Ainz, we can't really tell what they're weak to in the game. The game doesn't tell you that shining damage and fire damage does 50% increased damage to him, okay? A way to know roughly, unless you're going to look on here and study all of this, is in the anime, I'm assuming they're linking it to that, he takes more damage to fire because of his class and skills and his race and all of that stuff, as well as shining, because he's an undead. Shining tends to do more damage. Because he is an undead, 50% less damage is occurred to him. Now that I've gotten out of the way the fact that everyone has this, there's no way to find out what their damage taken increase or decrease is. You're going to have to come on this site, which is very good, or you can kind of just assume, which is not a good idea, but you can assume if you want. Let's talk about how these skills actually work. Now, Ainz, he has 2 skills. Not many characters have got many skills that deal extra damage. So he has his first skill and his last skill. Basically, his damaging skills both deal dark elemental damage. Okay? Jesus Christ, this is hard. Now, the way this works is, obviously, he's a magic user. He deals, let's say he deals this much damage for now, 6,300. When he uses this skill, he does 20% increased damage, plus 32% because of his element, so 52% damage. If you use it on Hamsuk in that advent event, he is doing 52 plus 50% because he takes 50% more damage. This is, let me actually get this up because I know I'm going to confuse so many people if I don't do that. So he will take an extra 50% damage because of that skill, right? So already you get an extra 102% damage without any other buffs. And that's not including relics or anything like that. Where are you, buddy? Show me some love, will ya? Where are you? Aha! Right, now this is the event one. You can tell he takes 50% extra damage from darkness. Now, you will need to kind of learn some of this stuff. Ignore this. Do not read it because that's going to confuse you. All of this stuff here. So learning these sort of stuff when raids and special events come out will be amazing to do. and will help you out in the long term. Right, now let's go straight back to Irons. He's a brilliant example. So Irons does dark damage, okay? So now that we've gotten out the way the damage increase, not, as I said, not every person deals dark damage. So his his regular attack will not deal dark damage. Do not get that misconception. His dark damage comes from these two moves here. Because he's purple, that's got nothing to do with it, okay? Let's move on to example number 2. Shoutir. Hello. Now, her one, she doesn't have an elemental attack at all, okay? None. Oh, she does her ultimate move, like her overdrive, but we're just talking about skills. Her skills do not deal anything, okay? However, she does take a lot more damage from these two typings right here. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pop on the screen images, because, oh God, how do I word this? Right, so with the skills, if you look in game, it will tell you what element they do, as well as if you check on this site. You can also kind of tell based on the attack that they do if it does elemental damage or not. And I've done a little bit of research. Not every skill looks the same, but they're very, very similar. For example, Flame will look something like, hopefully that came up, otherwise I look like an absolute idiot. Wind will look something like this. Earth will look something like this. Water. Ice. I'm going to skip Shining. Thunder. Darkness, and Poison. Now Poison, the skill that Albedo uses does not deal poison element damage. It poisons the enemy. You need to find a move that actually deals poison element damage. If the unit is poisoned, the damage taken from that poison is increased if they have an increased damage buff here, okay? Now the reason why I skipped Shining is because this next image, which is up now, is very faint, but there'll be like a white, yellowy sparkle there. Some will be clearer because the animation's obviously different, but there's that little effect if you can kind of see on the character that he's yellow. Now, that's how you can kind of tell which ones do what. That's gone through how the elements work. Now, I hope this is all making sense to you, and I hope you guys are understanding all of this. But there's more. We're not done yet, okay? Now, Aura. Let's just call her Trap. Now, Trap over here. We have got, where is it? This move here. Plus 20% Beast Killer. Now, there are affiliations as well. Now, just when you thought your head was spinning all over the place, now we've got even more info to confuse you a little bit more, because that's what we love to do on this channel. So beast killing, this beast killing skill, 18% physical damage, and if it's a beast it will deal 20% extra damage. Again, Hamsuk is a brilliant example of this. So Irons does 50% damage to him increase, even though he's a blue unit, which is technical, and Irons is a wisdom character. I don't know why I came off that. Irons is a wisdom character. He's dealing extra damage because his skills deal darkness, which Hamsuk is weak to. Now, because Hamsuk is a beast, he takes 20% extra damage from this skill. So rather than 18%, he now does 38% on top of the damage that he does, because he is a physical attacker. Now, the next one, where is it? Where is it? This one here. 20% Dull Killer, which is only effective on, where are you? CZU. Dull Killer. Now, if you need to find the race, you can obviously come on here, which will make it a lot easier for you, or you can go in game and check, but I'm not sure whereabouts it will say in game. Now, carrying on with that subject. So I got a bit lost. Where is it? These are all new characters. So it has got all the characters from JP as well, but you don't want them. You want to be looking at obviously the global ones. You can obviously look in advance for like when upcoming banners come out and stuff. But obviously like units like here, who deal extra damage to dolls, 20%. Come back here. Doll, she's going to take 20% extra damage. I think she's in one of the book missions at the end. Which one is it? Attack? Yeah. Attack. So if you're using her, that skill's going to do extra damage against her. Oh my god, this video is so hard to do. So right. That's affiliation damage. Now we're going to talk numbers. Oh god. Now we're going to talk maths. Okay, right, let's find an example of this. So what I'm planning to do is in the Discord, I'm only going to do it with 5-star characters for the time being, but I am going to try and make a list of units that are weak to a list of units that are weak to fire, weak to wind, earth, water, and I'm going to put them in categories. So if you're got the hiccups. If you go on Discord, there'll be like a list, like a tally, and underneath flame it will be all the units that take additional flame damage, wind, earth, and then there'll be another list that take less fire, less wind, and so on. Awesome. Now we've got that out of the way. Now we're going to talk big boy statistics. Right. Now, Irons, you're not a good example for this. Let's see, who would be a good example? Who is going to take... Okay, Albedo. We're going to use you. Sorry, darling. Right, now, Earth. She takes 50% extra damage from Earth, okay? Now, we are going to come back here. We are going to find another trap. 32%, 18, 50% extra damage. Okay, here we go. So let's just assume this is 4,000, okay, just to make my life much easier than what it already is. 4,000. She will now do 50% extra damage. She will do an extra. She'll do an extra 50% extra on top of that. 4 plus another 50, making it 8,000 damage. I know that don't sound like a lot, and that is not a lot, but because she's a healer, that is a good... Damn it, I just fell for the trap right there and then. Ah, god. Right, because he is a healer, believe it or not, guys, he does not that much damage. Now, an extra 100% damage, well, 32 plus 50%, 82% damage increase. Just by knowing this sort of information is insane. Now you're probably thinking, well, these are all just units that we have in the game, and that is completely correct. Oh my god, look at that, even another 20% increase. Jesus Christ. So some characters will apparently have passives that will increase that stat, which is very good to know. Learn something new every day. Now, where was I going with it? Passives. Right. So yeah, you can deal a lot of damage and knowing about all of this. Now, you probably will be wondering about the regular units that you find. So like the golem, the mage-looking units, and spiders, and all of them lot. You know, I forget what they all look like now. One that I can kind of use as an example is when you do the Abyss quest for the purple units. The last boss is actually the skeleton dragon, and I actually had a good comment literally like an hour or two ago from someone in the Discord asking me why his standard attack is doing slightly less damage than his skill, which is meant to do a lot more. Or it was the other way around, it was like his standard attack does more damage than skill attack. And he was Irons, and based on that you can kind of assume that a skeleton dragon, which is undead most likely race, purple unit, and it's made of bones, you would assume that darkness takes less damage, Whether it's 50% or 25%, we don't know. But units in the game that we can't get, so just mobs, they do have these damage taken statistics as well. I can also assume that Demiurge with his fire move will deal a lot of damage to that boss, which a lot of people are going to just look straight over. So knowing this sort of information is going to make you think and make you actually start having to play a little bit smarter when you're doing these sort of missions, if you want to actually, you know, get through it a lot easier or not die. I can't think of any other units. The Abyss quest for the light units, I know I call them all of these heart units. The Abyss quest for the heart units, they all deal light damage, or shining damage should I say. So if we go to our boy Mamonga, #1, 50% extra damage. Not only that, they're doing an extra 20/25% damage on top of this to Eins. So that Abyss quest, although you think you're doing an insane amount of damage, they're doing just as much back to you, and they're just a computer. So yeah, oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I did not know that was one of his passives. 20%, 32, 32, 62, 64, 84. Jesus Christ, there's so many numbers in this game. Right, so yeah, the mobs in game, they do also do this. Now I know this video is dragging out so long, and I'm so sorry. It's actually quite hard to think, so just bear with me. But I do want to get this whole video done. This is going to be a proper in-depth guide. Now, further information about all of this and knowing about all of this stuff is the fact that later on in the game you'll get missions where you will fight Eins, you'll fight Albedo. In JP, towards the start of the game, there was an event, I can't remember off the top of my head because this was literally week 2 of the game coming out. And there was an event, and it was it went up to level 100. It was like a solid 12 missions long event, 12 missions long. That's like basically a story mode. And when you got to the end, the last mission was level 100, and it was 5 waves. The first wave you fought, I'm pretty sure it was like that golem looking guy. Where is he? He's in here somewhere. And Jeff the Killer. You'd fight him, Jeff the Killer, Jack the Ripper, that's the one. Not Jeff the Killer. Where am I getting Jeff from? My name is Jeff. You'd get this guy, Corpse Collector, like them. And then you'd fight the maids. And then you'd fight some of the floor guardians. And then you'd fight the rest of the floor guardians. And then the last wave, you'll fight Shoutir, Shoutir, Demiurge, Albedo, and Eins. Bearing in mind, this is level 100, 5 waves. Best part? Not even co-op. So you're telling me knowing all of this before then would not have helped? This would have saved me back then. I mean, I didn't even do the mission in the end because I didn't have enough characters that could handle that. But knowing that sort of information can be a game changer. You couldn't do it on multiplayer, so when them events come out, this is when you're going to need big brain moves. Eventually there will be probably an event with Clementine again, which will have the skeleton dragons in there. If you're bringing a Demiurge, you're going to do loads of damage. If you're bringing a Momonga, you're probably not going to do that much damage with that dark move against them. So yeah guys, hopefully that helped. And I just want to say guys, hopefully this video turns out okay. I'm sorry about any delays or if it's not as smooth, because I did just record this on the PC. I have no software to record it on, so I just kind of went and found the first thing that I could find and just downloaded it and bosh, straight in. Hopefully the screenshots are clear for you as well, and most importantly, hopefully you understand what I'm saying to you and all this explanation. As I said, oh yeah, I would like to give a big thank you to a member in the Discord. I'm assuming you pronounce your name Tamas or Tamas, I don't know. But basically I didn't have Kakaitis, Demiurge, Eins and Meh or Mare, so I kind of asked him, or asked the Discord, and he was the first one to pop up. He had all 4, so he's done the video so I could screenshot the images in the still time so that you can get an idea of what the element damage will look like from a skill perspective. So like for example, the wind will have that little swirly sort of wind effect, and so on. Now that's a big thank you to him. I'd also like to thank the owner of this site. I think he's done an amazing job. Like, he's actually done a very good job, and if he ever needs help with all this, not that he'll probably need it, but I'm sure I would help him whenever I can, as well as some of the other people in the Discord. So if you are watching this and you ever need a hand or anything, just let me know, or one of the Discords, and I'm sure we'll help you out. And also guys, if you do end up going on this site, in the description, which I highly advise, to kind of learn the stats, learn some of this stuff as well, maybe even if it's just a character that you own, just so that you know that, okay, cool, I'm not going to be good against this unit. And it, like, even this, well, maybe not this, let's go to Albedo. This is a perfect example. It even tells you the percentages. Like, come on guys, why would you not want to see that? Give plus 60%, oh, at level 1, plus 6% skill damage to one enemy. Come on, one ally, sorry, that's at max level. So yes guys, I do highly recommend that you check all of this out. These are obviously all maxed out stats. I've only just noticed this as well, but yeah, obviously when you level up the skills, it will increase the damage and whatnot, but I never knew it would increase the percentage to inflict. So yeah, it tells you everything, man. Like, it's very good, it's very well done. I'm actually really impressed by, especially by the fact that it's one guy. There are JP on here if you are a JP player, but yeah guys, make sure you go show these guys some support. So this video is struggling, man. It's like 11 in the evening for me recording a video. That's not a bit of me. This is very tiring. But yeah, go check, no, not you, Crunchyroll, you can get out of it. Go check out the other Discord as well. As I said before, they are they've got quite a few veteran players in there. They I would say R1 has got probably a bit more info on global. Their one's kind of more of a community sort of thing. But we are actually going to start, hopefully, working together. I think they've already started working together on making a tier list for the JP version. And at the time of recording this video, I think I don't know if it's gone through yet. I don't know if I've spoke to them about it, but if not, they're going to watch the video and they're going to know. I'm going to try and speak to the leader of their one and try and maybe get like 2 or 3 of their members and 2 or 3 of our members that are more experienced, and make a global tier list and a global relic list going down the line, so that, because the tier list that we have on R1 is between me and another admin or a leader of our Discord, so getting more variety of opinions would be great, and then we can kind of average out the results and then make a more efficient, I love saying that word, efficient, make a more efficient and a more realistic tier list. So now that that's all over, thank God, I'm so glad that's done. Right, thank you guys for listening. Make sure to like the video, because it will be very helpful, because this video has taken me quite a bit of time to do. As you can tell in my voice, I am tired. I think I stuttered like 20 times in the video. I even mistaken Mare for a girl again. So yeah, like the video if you did like, subscribe if you want to keep more content coming your way, and more information, more guides. Show some support to this channel, and this user, and also join the Discord in the link below. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope this helped.